Everyone, it's Father Sean for another episode of the Couch Chat, this final Couch Chat for the month of September. So first things first, just want to invite everybody, especially those at St. Lawrence and Immaculate Conception, to come to the anticipated merger meetings. That'll be this upcoming weekend after the 4 o'clock in the basement at IC, after the 8:30 in the hall at St. Lawrence, and then after the 10:30 in the basement at Immaculate Conception. So if you can come, it'd be wonderful to have you there. Important issues really to discuss, to discern, and to talk about. The other thing I just wanted to give a little bit of a heads up is next week I'll be gone for the week taking my annual retreat. So priests are required in the Code of Canon Law to take a retreat every year. And so fall's a nice time to take a retreat. And I know every now and then I get people asking, well, what do you do on retreat for the week? What does a priest do on retreat for a week? And so I'll be going Sunday through Friday down to a retreat center in the Diocese of Knoxville, Tennessee. So in our diocese, kind of everybody's at their own discretion as to what they want to do for their retreat as a priest. And so some people will go to organize retreats. So there are groups that organize retreats for priests. So there's sometimes religious orders that'll organize a retreat at a retreat house for priests. The Archdiocese organizes one for priests. I tend to not personally, well, I've never been to one of those, but the idea of them kind of is like, it's just too much talking. A lot of times when groups of priests get together, you share your stories, you kind of, there's always talking, and it's always nice to have a little bit of silence on retreats, or as much as possible. So, for example, this year I'm going to this retreat center down in Knoxville, outside of Knoxville. It's in between Knoxville and Chattanooga, where there's basically peace and quiet. There's time to walk in the mountains. And what I like to do is to go over the previous year. So I try to prayerfully kind of go over the last year to see maybe where the Lord is working in my own life. Where's the Lord working in the different ministry aspects, and to ask the Lord's guidance to see where He is, and even to kind of look forward with the Lord and ask Him to kind of show things in maybe things I need to be attentive to in the upcoming year. So it's basically this time that the Lord invites to be refreshed, as He did with the apostles. Right? He sends the 72 apostles out, and then when they come back, He says, "Come away by yourselves and rest." And then the apostles tell Jesus everything that happened while they're out on their missionary adventure. And so that's kind of the way I like to model the retreat, is after working in the Lord's vineyard, to basically come back and talk about things with the Lord, to see His work, to maybe see some like shortcomings that I noticed, or maybe some blessings that you're like, oh my gosh, that really turned out well over the past year. And then also I came across a resource that was basically a retreat for priests. I went to a day of recollection that this group put on, and they made available a whole series of weeks-long talks for priests on retreat. So I'll be taking that with me. So that's kind of, priests, all of us do probably different things on retreat, but it's important that we get away and talk to the Lord, right? That's the very important thing, and that's hopefully helps us in our own ministry, our own time to be better evangelists, to be better leaders, to be better just better preachers, all of those sorts of things, because we're more alive with the Lord, to take this time to go away and listen to His voice. And then on top of that, Friday, since I'm already down in Tennessee, I decided to go down and visit my family for the weekend. So I'm going to go down and see my brother and his wife and 2 kids, and then my parents in Georgia. And the parish that they go to, the priest is the only priest in the county, so I actually told him that I would cover the weekend masses for him so that he can get away. It's kind of hard for him to find a substitute being the only priest in the county. So I'm going to take the vigil and then the 2 morning masses on next Sunday at my parents' and brother and nieces and nephews' parish. So that's kind of exciting to be able to do that. My nephew just started serving at the altar, and so I'm told he's going to be on the schedule to serve the mass, one of the masses that I have. So that's super exciting. So I always look forward to going down and seeing my family. So that's the week ahead for me. Just thanks for your prayers for safe travels, and prayers for good, refreshing, and rejuvenating retreat. So know that I'll be praying for everybody. That's one of the other things. As you look back over the year, you realize all of these different people you've come in contact with to remember to pray for. So thanks for just the blessings you are to my life and for the prayers that you always offer for me, whether I'm sick or whether I'm on retreat or just another day in the life. So it's always a joy to get to be the pastor of these great parishes. So take care, God bless, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.